Hello everyone, welcome to this class on preterm labor. This is a continuation of the PPROM chapter. So PPROM we have studied ki why preterm pre-labor rupture of membrane occurs and how preterm labor occurs in 80% of the patients who have already gone through PPROM. Now what actually do you mean by preterm labor? Preterm labor means when patient has started having labor pains, when patient has started having labor pains at less than 37 weeks, at less than 37 weeks period of gestation, if patient has started having labor pains, then we say ki patient ka there is preterm labor. Okay, so preterm labor. So now preterm labor, how does preterm labor occur? What are the risk factors for preterm labor? What are the risk factors for preterm labor? So number one, if there is history of previous preterm labor, history of previous preterm labor, पिछली बार अगर पेशेंट को प्रीटर्म लेबर हुआ था, PTL मीन्स प्रीटर्म लेबर, ओके, प्रीवियस हिस्ट्री ऑफ प्रीटर्म लेबर था, तो इस बार भी देर इज हाई रिस्क ऑफ प्रीटर्म लेबर. What is the recurrence rate? What is the recurrence rate? It is 10 to 15%. Question आया हुआ है, that is why I am telling. What is the recurrence rate? इस बार 10 to 15% चांस है कि इस बार भी प्रीटर्म लेबर हो जाएगा. नंबर 2, in utero exposure to diethyl stilbestrol. In utero exposure to DES, diethyl stilbestrol. पहले के ज़माने में diethyl stilbestrol used to be used. It is a drug which is to be used for various agents, like it was used for vomiting in pregnancy and all these things, okay, but nowadays it is not used. So जिन लोगों का जब वो खुद फीटस थी, वो मदर जब खुद फीटस थी एंड उसके अगर DES एक्सपोजर की हिस्ट्री है, then this time she has preterm labor because there is congenital abnormality of the uterus, congenital abnormality of uterus and cervix, uterus and cervix. So cervix उसका incompetent रहता है, ठीक है. नंबर 3 इज सर्वाइकल इनकॉम्पिटेंस. अगर किसी पेशेंट का सर्विक्स इज वेरी लूज, सर्विक्स इज इनकॉम्पिटेंस, देन पेशेंट गोज टू हैव प्रीटर्म लेबर. आई हैड टोल्ड इन पीप्रॉम वाले वीडियो कि सर्वाइकल इनकॉम्पिटेंस कैसे डायग्नोस होता है. when number 8 Hegar's dilator can easily pass through the cervix without any resistance, then you say कि cervical incompetence है patient को. Okay, then coming to the fourth risk factor for preterm labor. The fourth risk factor is any previous cervical surgery. अगर patient को कोई cervical surgery हुआ है, cervical surgery can be in the form of your LLETZ, okay, your leap surgeries, okay, cervical conization. So ये सारे सर्जरीज कब करते हैं? when you are suspecting cervical cancer या फिर cervical intraepithelial neoplasia. तो जब cervix में अर्ली स्टेज ऑफ कैंसर्स होता है तो वी गो फॉर दीज लीप प्रोसीजर्स, लूप इलेक्ट्रो एक्सीजनल प्रोसीजर और लार्ज लूप एक्सीजन ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जोन और कोनाइजेशन सर्जरीज, ये सब करते हैं तो सर्विक्स बहुत वीक हो जाता है बिकॉज पार्ट ऑफ द सर्विक्स यू आर कटिंग एंड रिमूविंग. सो देन लेटर ऑन अगर पेशेंट प्रेग्नेंट होता है तो पेशेंट को देर इज़ हाई चांस ऑफ गोइंग इन टू PPROM एंड प्रीटर्म लेबर, ठीक है. इसके अलावा अगर किसी का सर्वाइकल बायोप्सी हुआ है, सर्वाइकल पंच बायोप्सी हुआ है, देर वॉज सम लेजन इन द सर्विक्स एंड देन पंच बायोप्सी हुआ है, देन ऑल्सो सर्विक्स इज वेरी वीक एंड पेशेंट कैन गो इन टू प्रीटर्म लेबर. अदर देन दैट, मैंने बोला था यूट्राइन ओवर डिस्टेंशन जब भी होता है, देन यूट्राइन ओवर डिस्टेंशन बिकॉज ऑफ ट्विन प्रेगनेंसी, बिकॉज ऑफ APH, बिकॉज ऑफ पॉलीहाइड्रामनियोस, बिकॉज ऑफ एनी कॉज, अगर यूट्राइन ओवर डिस्टेंशन होता है देन दिस विल लीड टू PPROM एंड PPROM विल अगेन लीड टू preterm labor. So these all factors also you should remember. Apart from that there can be twin pregnancy अलग से भी लिख सकते हो. Twin pregnancies generally have preterm labor. Then you have infections. Of course, infections of the genital tract will lead to chorioamnionitis and chorioamnionitis will again lead to patient having preterm labor and PPROM. So PPROM and preterm labor are very much interrelated to one another. Okay. उसके बाद क्या होता है, कोई भी कनेक्टिव टिश्यू डिसऑर्डर्स हैं, कनेक्टिव टिश्यू डिसऑर्डर्स, कनेक्टिव टिश्यू डिसऑर्डर्स लाइक इन द फॉर्म ऑफ योर एहलर-डनलॉस सिंड्रोम और मार्फन सिंड्रोम. ये कनेक्टिव टिश्यू डिसऑर्डर्स में आपका सर्विक्स का जो टिश्यू है दैट विल बी वेरी वीक एंड सो इट विल कीप ऑन डायलेटिंग. ऑल्सो द मेम्ब्रेन्स विल ऑल्सो बी वेरी वीक, सो मेम्ब्रेन्स रप्चर हो जाता है वेरी ईजिली. ओके. देन योर ऑल द यूट्राइन एनोमलीज, यूट्रस में कोई भी एबनॉर्मलिटीज रहेगा, कंजेनाइटल एनोमलीज ऑफ द यूट्रस will all lead to having Robert's uterus or rudimentary form of uterus. They will all have preterm delivery because baby will not be able to grow properly. Okay, so these are the most important the causes of preterm labor. So we have known the risk factors. अब आप यहाँ पे we will know what are the types of preterm labor. Types of preterm labor. How do you diagnose or how do you diagnose the preterm labor? So basically remember you have to differentiate between four terms. Number one is false preterm labor. False preterm labor. False pains आ रहे हैं. False pains कैसे पता चलेगा? Patient को pain तो होगा. Pain will be there. Patient will complain of pain. बट वेन यू गो फॉर सर्वाइकल डायलिटेशन, आपने पीवी किया एंड पेशेंट का सर्विक्स देखा, सर्विक्स विल बी लेस देन 1 सेंटीमीटर डायलेटेड, मतलब डायलिटेशन स्टार्ट ही नहीं हुआ पेशेंट का. ठीक है. देन कमिंग टू इफेसमेंट. इफेसमेंट इज हाउ मच ऑफ द सर्विक्स इज टेकन अप इनटू द लोअर यूट्राइन सेगमेंट, कितना वो लोअर यूट्राइन सेगमेंट में मिक्स हो गया. दैट शुड बी लेस देन 80%. 80% मतलब इफेसमेंट भी नहीं हुआ, डायलिटेशन भी नहीं हुआ, ओनली पेन हो रहा है. एंड यू डू एन अल्ट्रासाउंड एंड सी द सर्वाइकल लेंथ. अल्ट्रासाउंड एंड सी द सर्वाइकल लेंथ, मतलब अल्ट्रासाउंड में suppose this is the ultrasound, this will tell you what is the cervix ka length, what is this length of the cervix that you measure. If the length is more than 1.5 centimeters, very very important, please note down this thing what I am writing right now, because this is a new criteria which has been given by NICE guidelines. This has been given by NICE guidelines. Okay, so this is very important and इस पे questions आते हैं. If there is pain but there is no cervical dilatation, effacement is also not there and cervix का length भी proper है, छोटा नहीं हुआ है, then you say it is a false labor pain, false preterm labor pain. Next, coming to threatened preterm labor. Threatened preterm labor means थोड़ा थोड़ा डरावना वाला प्रीटर्म लेबर है बट ऑब्वियसली प्रॉपर प्रीटर्म लेबर स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ है. तो थ्रेटेन प्रीटर्म लेबर में भी पेशेंट को पेन है बट डायलिटेशन तो बिल्कुल नहीं हुआ है, इफेसमेंट भी बिल्कुल नहीं हुआ है, बट सर्वाइकल लेंथ धीरे धीरे कम होने लग गया. सो नाउ इट इज़ लेस देन इक्वल 1.5 सेंटीमीटर्स. अब सर्वाइकल लेंथ कम हो गया. सो द फर्स्ट साइन ऑफ प्रीटर्म लेबर इज डिटेक्टेड बाय अल्ट्रासाउंड सर्वाइकल लेंथ. अल्ट्रासाउंड करके पहले पता चलेगा, आपके क्लिनिकल एग्जामिनेशन से भी पहले अल्ट्रासाउंड में पता चलेगा सर्वाइकल लेंथ देख के. तो एनी पेशेंट हु कम्स टू द ओपीडी और इन द इमरजेंसी विद कंप्लेंट्स ऑफ प्रीटर्म लेबर पेन, 37 वीक से पहले किसी को पेन स्टार्ट हो गया तो ऑलवेज हम अल्ट्रासाउंड करा के सर्वाइकल लेंथ ज़रूर मेजर करेंगे. दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. उसके बाद आता है अर्ली प्रीटर्म लेबर. अब इसको थ्रेटेन से आगे बढ़ गया है, इसका पेन स्टार्ट हो गया है और वो अर्ली प्रीटर्म लेबर में आ गया. तो अर्ली प्रीटर्म लेबर में उसको पेन हो रहा है, उसका डायलिटेशन भी 1 to 3 सेंटीमीटर्स हो गया है एंड इफेसमेंट इज़ नाउ मोर देन 80% एंड सर्वाइकल लेंथ इज़ ऑफ कोर्स लेस देन 1.5 सेंटीमीटर्स. एंड उसके बाद धीरे धीरे वो एडवांस्ड प्रीटर्म लेबर पेन में चला जाएगा. एडवांस्ड प्रीटर्म लेबर पेन जहाँ पे पेशेंट को पेन बहुत ज़्यादा होगा, डायलिटेशन 3 सेंटीमीटर से ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, इफेसमेंट इज़ मोर देन 80% एंड सर्वाइकल लेंथ इज़ ऑफ कोर्स लेस देन 1.5 सेंटीमीटर. ओके, सो इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि थ्रेटेन प्रीटर्म लेबर एंड फॉल्स लेबर को कैसे डिफ्रेंशिएट करोगे, क्योंकि फॉल्स लेबर पेन को यू विल सेंड होम, उसको एडमिट नहीं करोगे, यू विल सेंड होम. वेयरएज थ्रेटेन प्रीटर्म लेबर पेन को आपको एडमिट करना है एंड यू हैव टू ऑब्जर्व इन द गायनी वार्ड्स. You have to observe in gynae ward. You have to admit the patient. So this is very important. We do an ultrasound and cervical length measure किया जाता है, ठीक है. Now always remember when you measure the cervical length, ultrasound पे जब आप cervical length measure करते हो and patient को pain आ रहा है, then initially the cervix will be T-shaped. मतलब if you see this is the cervix, suppose this is the cervix and this is the membrane, okay. So initially cervix will be closed, so it will be a T-shaped cervix. T-shaped cervix रहेगा, ठीक है, if patient is not having any preterm labor, ठीक है. अगर false labor pain है तो it will be T-shaped cervix, T-shaped cervix. बट धीरे धीरे क्या होगा, जब पेशेंट को थ्रेटन प्रीटर्म लेबर हो जाएगा एंड सर्वाइकल लेंथ कम हो जाएगा, देन इट विल बिकम अ वाई शेपेड सर्विक्स. इट विल बिकम अ वाई शेपेड सर्विक्स, ओके. सो दिस इज द मेम्ब्रेन, ओके, chorion and amnion. So it has become a Y-shaped cervix. Now this is a Y-shaped cervix, okay, Y-shaped cervix. आफ्टर दैट इसके बाद भी उसका पेन कंटिन्यू होता रहा, देन नेक्स्ट क्या होगा, इट विल बिकम अ यू शेपेड सर्विक्स, ओके, यू शेपेड सर्विक्स. like this it will become. So it is a U-shaped cervix, okay, U-shaped cervix, U-shaped cervix. After that when the cervical length has decreased more और भी ज़्यादा हो गया, then it becomes a V-shaped cervix, okay. It becomes, ये पूरा open हो जाता है and it becomes a V-shaped cervix, okay, V-shaped cervix, V-shaped cervix, okay. So first it is T-shaped, then it becomes Y-shaped, then U-shaped and V-shaped cervix with decrease in decrease in cervical length, and there is funneling also present, funneling present in the cervix. So this is showing that patient is having preterm labor. So diagnosis of preterm labor we have done. Now one more thing which we do is when we are suspecting कि patient को preterm labor हो रहा है, then you can go for fetal fibronectin test, fetal fibronectin test, FFN test, fetal fibronectin test. Fetal fibronectin is very important test. I am putting 2 stars over here. Fetal fibronectin is a fetal glycoprotein. It is a glycoprotein, okay, glycoprotein compound. इस पे क्वेश्चन आता है तो आई विल गो इन अ बिट डिटेल. नॉर्मली इट इज़ फाउंड इन द सर्वाइकोवेजाइनल फ्लूइड. इट इज़ फाउंड इन द सर्वाइकोवेजाइनल फ्लूइड एट लेस देन 22 वीक्स पीरियड ऑफ जेस्टेशन. 22 वीक्स से पहले वेजाइनल फ्लूइड में इफ़ यू टेस्ट यू विल फाइंड फीटल फाइब्रोनेक्टिन, and again it appears at more than 37 weeks, at more than 37 weeks. But between 22 to 37 weeks fetal fibronectin should be absent. But if we find fetal fibronectin is present in the cervicovaginal fluid, then this is a marker, this is a predicting that patient will go into labor in next 7 days. In next 7 days patient will go into labor. This is because ये सर्विक्स है आपका, ये आपका मेम्ब्रेन्स है. जब मेम्ब्रेन्स टूट रहा है या फिर सर्विक्स डायलेट हो रहा है, then all your glycoproteins start breaking down, and this breakdown of glycoproteins will lead to fetal fibronectin secretion. So fetal fibronectin ऐसे अगर भेजते हो, हाई वेजाइनल स्वैब भेज दो एंड उसमें fetal fibronectin अगर डिटेक्ट होता है between 22 to 37 weeks, then it is predicting कि पेशेंट को प्रीटर्म लेबर होगा. तो जल्दी जल्दी उसको स्टेरॉयड कवर दे दो, उसको ये करो, टोकोलाइसिस दो फॉर स्टेरॉयड कवर, and then infection control के लिए antibiotic start करो. So these all things you have to start to the patient if you are seeing that there is fetal fibronectin. Now what is the value of fetal fibronectin? If it is more than 50 nanograms per ml, then we say it is positive in the vaginal fluid and it is checked by ELISA. By ELISA test it is checked from the high vaginal swab, okay. So this is very important. So fetal fibronectin more than 50 and cervical length less than 1.5 centimeter. are markers that patient is going into preterm labor. Remember, it is not 2.5 centimeters. कुछ books में आपको 2.5 centimeter मिलेगा. That was an old criteria. Now it has been modified and new criteria is cervical length less than 1.5 centimeter is a prediction marker for preterm labor. Okay, and for doing this cervical length measurement, basically we will try to go for TVS, transvaginal ultrasound, rather than transabdominal ultrasound, because transvaginal ultrasound will be near to the cervix and it will let us know what is the cervical length. Okay, so now the risk factors we have studied for preterm labor. Now how will you manage a patient of preterm labor? फॉर मैनेजमेंट सबसे पहले हिस्ट्री हो जाता है पेशेंट को. हिस्ट्री में पेशेंट विल स्टार्ट डेवलपिंग पेन at less than 37 weeks. At less than 37 weeks, patient will develop pain. Pain will start in the lower abdomen and it will radiate to the back, and it will be gradually increasing in intensity. Since it is a true labor pain, it will be gradually increasing in intensity, duration and frequency. Increasing in duration, intensity and frequency, and it will be associated with show, and it will not be relieved with enema, not be relieved with any medication or analgesics agent. Okay, so these are the history which you will write. After that, coming to examination. On examination, you will do vital examination, general examination you will do. Then coming to per abdomen examination, in per abdomen examination, uterus will show contractions. Uterus mein there will be contractions because patient is going into labor. Now you try to see whether it is mild, moderate or severe contractions, whether it is regular or not, that is 3 or more contractions in 10 minutes आ रहा है कि नहीं, वो सब आप देख लोगे. उसके बाद you do per speculum examination and try to see कि rupture of membranes तो नहीं है, PPROM. So PPROM के लेक्चर में I have told you in detail क्या क्या देखेंगे, क्या क्या टेस्ट करेंगे. Actin-PROM टेस्ट कर सकते हो, Amnisure टेस्ट कर सकते हो. So all these tests you will do and you will try to see कि rupture of membranes तो नहीं हुआ है. So these all things you will be doing. Apart from that क्या करोगे? Once you have done all these things, then you go for per vaginal examination. In per vaginal examination, you will try to look for the cervical dilatation. Cervical dilatation कितना है, cervical effacement कितना है. Based on that, you can know whether it is threatened preterm labor or it is established preterm labor or it is advanced preterm labor. ये सारा चीज़ पता कर लोगे. ठीक है. So these all things are the examination. Coming to investigations. Investigations are the same investigations as you do in PPROM wala chapter. So just look at the PPROM wala lecture, what all investigations are done over there, signs and symptoms of chorioamnionitis and all those things will be the investigations which you do. I am repeating once again, patient का TLC count देखेंगे, TLC count CBC के अंदर TLC count देखेंगे, that will rise if there is signs and symptoms of chorioamnionitis. Other than that, what are the other things which you do? Other things will be your CRP, okay, CRP, then your ESR is done to look for this, okay. TLC may be your neutrophilia occurs, neutrophils are increased. Then you send a high vaginal swab and try to look for what is the organism that has caused infection, that has caused preterm labor, and what is the culture sensitivity, what antibiotics we can give. Then lactate levels more than 4 millimoles per liter in arterial blood gas, ABG, is also telling that patient is having the same. After that, apart from that, you do an ultrasound. Ultrasound में पता चल जाएगा. Transvaginal scan is done, and in that you try to look for the cervical length. Cervical length, if it is less than 1.5 centimeter, then it is suggestive of preterm labor. Also, whether if it is U-shaped cervix, V-shaped or Y-shaped जो भी cervix है, whether funneling has occurred or not, those things you try to see. Apart from that, you also do a CTG or NST of the baby to look for fetal status is good or not. So these are the investigations that you do. After that, coming to the treatment. So treatment is also the same. First, same as PPROM. First, start antibiotics to the patient. What are the antibiotics that you start? Antibiotics, basically you start ampicillin and erythromycin because you need to cover gram positive, as well as gram negative. Also, you can start metronidazole to the patients because this will cover anaerobic bacteria also. Because during delivery, I had told we generally give ampicillin and metronidazole. If somebody is sensitive to penicillin, penicillin से allergy है किसी को, then the drug which we generally give is clindamycin and gentamicin. Clindamycin plus gentamicin, and along with that you can give metronidazole. Okay, metronidazole. So clinda, genta, metronidazole are the drugs which are given if patient is allergic to penicillin or sensitive to penicillin. Okay, apart from that, if the patient is less than 34 weeks preterm labor, 34 weeks पहले हो रहा है, then you give steroid cover. In our country dexamethasone is preferred. Betamethasone acetate phosphate combination नहीं मिलता है, phosphate is available. Just refer to the PPROM वाला class पहले देख लो, उसके बाद preterm labor देखो, it will be very easy for you. Then you can give tocolysis to the patient. Tocolysis if steroid cover अगर नहीं हुआ है, so the first 48 hours में you can give tocolysis. Tocolytic agents I have discussed in PPROM वाला lecture. Then you also give neuroprotection to the patients. Neuroprotection with magnesium sulfate is given when the period of gestation is less than 32 weeks, so that we prevent intraventricular hemorrhage and your cerebral palsy in babies. Now at this same time, I would also like to tell you one more thing, ki what are the grades of intraventricular hemorrhage. Sometimes it is asked in exam. ठीक है, in INI exams, AIMS exams it comes. Intraventricular hemorrhage has 4 grades, grade 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what happens in grade 1? Basically this is your brain, okay, and these are the 2 hemispheres. There are lateral ventricles present हैं. तो इंट्रावेंट्रिकुलर हेमरेज मीन्स वेंट्रिकल्स के अंदर ब्लीडिंग हो गया, वेंट्रिकल्स के अंदर ब्लीड हो गया, क्योंकि प्री टर्म बेबी है, डिलीवरी के टाइम पे इधर उधर लैसरेशंस होता है तो वेंट्रिकल्स के अंदर ब्लड इकट्ठा हो जाता है, तो दिस इज कॉल्ड इंट्रावेंट्रिकुलर हेमरेज. सो व्हेन द ब्लीडिंग इज confined to germinal matrix, then it is grade 1 इंट्रावेंट्रिकुलर हेमरेज. मीन्स जर्मिनल मैट्रिक्स है कि जर्म लेयर्स बीच वाला लेयर बस यहाँ तक ही है, इसके बियॉन्ड नहीं गया है, ओनली विद इन द वेंट्रिकल्स ओनली देयर इज ब्लीडिंग, इट हैज़ नॉट कम आउटसाइड, देन इट इज ग्रेड 1 इंट्रावेंट्रिकुलर हेमरेज. ओके, ग्रेड 2 है व्हेन एंटायर लैटरल वेंट्रिकल्स आर फिल्ड विद ब्लड, एंटायर लैटरल वेंट्रिकल्स आर फिल्ड विद blood. Okay, then it is grade 2. grade 3 में there is ventricular with ventricular enlargement. अब इतना ज़्यादा bleed हो गया कि ventricles have started to increase in size, ventricular enlargement हो गया, then it is grade 3 intraventricular hemorrhage. And when blood seep करके आपके बाहर आ गया, cerebral parenchyma में भी bleeding हो गया, पूरा brain में blood इकट्ठा हो गया, so blood in the cerebral parenchyma, then it is said it is grade 4. so grade 1 पे ही हमें पेशेंट को स्टेरॉइड स्टार्ट करना चाहिए. when once you start steroids and you give neuroprotection with magnesium sulfate, it will stop the progression of intraventricular hemorrhage from stage 1 to stage 4. okay, so this is also very important. Apart from that, you should remember कि what are the this neuroprotection has been given. After that, what is the timing of delivery? How do you deliver? So do a Bishop's score for the patient who is in preterm labor. Now at this time I will tell you what is Bishop's score. Bishop's score has 5 parameters. When you do pervaginal examination, you try to look for 5 parameters. Number 1 is cervical dilatation. Cervix कितना dilated है. Number 2 is cervical effacement. Effacement means cervix is being taken up into the lower uterine segment. Initially cervix ऐसे रहता है, uterus है, later on labor में क्या होता है, cervix ऐसे हो जाता है, तो cervix is being taken up into the lower uterine segment, तो cervical effacement. Next है cervical position. What is the position of the cervix? Initially cervix posterior रहता है, फिर anterior हो जाता है, तो ये this is also a criteria for Bishop's score. Number 4 is cervical consistency. What do you mean by consistency? कि cervix firm है कि soft हो गया है, ये सारे हैं consistency. And the fifth is head का station. Head कितना नीचे आया है. अगर हेड का स्टेशन कैसे पता चलता है? जीरो स्टेशन इज एट द लेवल ऑफ ischial spines दैट इज प्लेन ऑफ लीस्ट पेल्विक डायमेंशन पे हेड स्टेशन इज जीरो. इफ इट इज अबव दैट then it is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. if it is below that then it is +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. okay, so by this you can know what is the Bishop's score. So if Bishop's score is less than 6, then you say कि patient को we will induce the patient. So induction of patient is done when the Bishop's score is less than 6. But when the Bishop's score is more than 6, then you go for delivery of the patient. Okay, so these are the things which are done for preterm labor. Okay, so once patient is in preterm labor, then you try to increase the when it is preterm labor and if the period of gestation is less than 34 weeks, then try to give the steroid cover and tocolysis for the next 34 for the next 48 hours, and after 48 hours you try to deliver the patient. What are the complications of preterm labor? The complications of preterm labor are the same as that we have studied in PPROM wala lecture. Okay, so what are the complications? Complications are same: maternal infection, sepsis, abruptio placentae, लोअर सेगमेंट सिजेरियन सेक्शन का चांस बढ़ जाता है, रिटेन प्लेसेंटा हो जाता है, एंड पीपीएच, प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी पीपीएच. These are the maternal complications, whereas fetal complications are all the complications related to prematurity. That is, it can be respiratory distress syndrome, intraventricular hemorrhage, necrotizing enterocolitis, because bowel is also not mature, so chances of infection of the gut is also there. Neurodevelopmental delay will be there, decreased IQ, and cord prolapse. Cord prolapse occurs when patient is breech presentation and there was PPROM or patient goes into preterm labor. Okay, so these are the things which you should know in preterm labor. Obviously sometimes you get long question also. Patient is having pain and patient ka gestation less than 37 weeks hai. How do you manage? How do you monitor? What are the risk factors and what are the complications? So this is all is asked to you in preterm labor. Of course, preterm labor and PPROM chapters should be studied together. So thank you for listening to the